Ladies and gentlemen, this will be the last part on this series for proper racism. I've gone a little bit overboard, and I know one of the wonderful influences started getting to me right there because I was about to just bust out laughing because I'm hearing him hit me on the back of the head right here, and it's a little bit of whatever it is, and it's where the mercury's at with the copper that makes that horseshoe in your brain. But this is the political minute with Colin Dawson, and we can all laugh at whatever it is and make you all have to sit through Ghost in a Shell and be like, how do you think they came up with the technology for it? But I didn't say I had a chip in my head, even though someone will swear it. Moving right along from this, proper racism in America. We understand people have been unfairly influencing the black and white population in some way. They want to blame Jews, they want to blame Latinos, technically Jews, unless you were of the reservation. You can actually be removed to Oklahoma or wherever your state's Native American population was removed to and put on there. Now, in and of that, that took care of almost all the Jewish mafia violence and stuff. And they've been learning how to have kids properly since then and everything else with proper racism. And yes, this is Sunday. Somebody in my family must have gone to church. So be nice to whoever you went and got stuff at a retail establishment here before the lockdowns again. And you don't have to tip them. They have a good salary, or else it'll move the salary up for everybody. And just in saying, proper racism, unfair influences on society, whipping people up to go out there. That's one of the reasons why they went out and removed so many Welsh land separatists and Welsh privateers. That wasn't really resolved until the meeting of Queen Victoria in this country, and that there would be no individuals walking off from England that would face nothing from the crown so long as they didn't oppose the crown in any way in trying to come and find the natives, however it was, sacrificing them for whatever and human sacrificial rituals, or else just using them as a blatant source of military manpower against anyone there so that they could have their own little personal kingdom or town. As it is, this is one of the main situations here that is now coming up in the black and white communities out there. Since the natives are removed from society and cannot be influenced by the Mussolini Reich or anything else, I just have to say that I want to fully say I want to protect your culture completely, and that we will be removing black and white people again to Connecticut and Rhode Island. Yes, we already had the coin toss or the tape toss. You know what it is if you've watched part 2 of this series. And this one will be the last one and probably the shortest one. I just want to make sure that you are not unfairly influenced by the Mussolini's false Catholic priests, false in your own dialect shamans of the Catholic order from Ireland, since it's an Irish word. I just want to make sure that all the white people no longer have to stress or have anything wrong with them or anything else, and that black people can properly express themselves in all their dress and everything else and move forth their technology and everything from behind a closed system out in the state. There will be a little bit of fishing area you can do. I think we can make a good seawall out to about 5 miles, and it'll even have waves and everything else coming through. And, there'll be fishing, there'll be farming, there'll be the best implements to be teaching every single person And we will make sure that since everyone's given their DNA over to DNA23 and Ancestry.com, that there are no people of the Mussolini Reich or any of their subsidiaries that are underneath them, such as certain people from Japan and those that would be of, you know, the Nazi Party of Germany that have not gone through complete reconstruction. And we understand that you can control your borders in a way, except for whenever federal troops or people like the FBI are just there to, help you out and everything else with everything, that you can actually do all this. And we won't have the problems that are happening with people dying needlessly, people pretending to be medical professionals helping people, and that we can achieve through this, not radical, but with historical situations. And yes, it'll be better than whatever happened before because we've learned from those mistakes. And as such, I think there will even be a way for Native Americans to liaison and to even work with the setting up of this and to have everything done properly, because it's a moving away in a proper form of the way to stop anything there with it. And we will be taking, like the Welsh were, deporting them back to England and letting them be with their own countrymen, because that's really what happened. And that's really what needs to happen, because it's like they said in Rising Sun, they've just been away from Japan for too long. So we will take these people and remove them completely from the shores of the USA that have been unfairly influencing you and send them completely over back to Rome. I heard they have an airport very close in Vatican City, and we have a military airport, and we can just start deporting them. We have a port for ships to bring supplies in and everything else, have our own docks, and we can take these people, take them on and off of cargo ships, everything else, fly them over, and they will never be improperly influencing you. And through this, we will also be able to maybe make sure that there will not be a Bureau of Latino out there to where we have to have anything with that, or else a Bureau of Yellow People, Asiatic natives, or a Bureau of, I know this one's going to be controversial, Oceanic Islanders. And we can all make sure that everyone is there, and that we will teach everyone what is the racial terminologies, such as how animals refers to Native Americans, and N words always refer to, including new, to black people. And then we can also go out and show how basically everything with an H refers to white people, like honky. I'm sorry if that was too sexual for a lot of people. Now, I'll bid you farewell to this situation over proper racism and what the United States has been doing and achieving through its political experiment. And none of you all will have to go out and worry about how you just need to be here and you get to claim whatever Native American group it is and go out there and join them, because we know you just need to be stronger in your own culture and everything else, barring new immigrants and everybody else who comes here who are self-assured in their own selves and know exactly who they are in other areas out there. They'll be like, well, just not people who have lost everything and a way of their culturalistic identities and everything else. Or else think they're gaining it all, because when you show up, you can just claim any group out there to go and be part of. Like police departments do with saying they're Native Americans so they can get a check also. because it's part of their cover. And remember, one day you'll reach 48% and you'll be able to individually apply for a reservation in your home states. And then we'll see about if you can go for so long outside of it, going to colleges and universities, and still preserve your culture, as is will be set up by Hispanic, Latinos, and Orientals, since they have had to see so much of the broadness of your culture every day of the week. Thank you for bearing with the Political Minute on this Sunday in these hard and trying times, as riots have started grabbing hold of our nation's capital and completely seeming as though they're taking a giant breath before something else really happens. Colin Dawson, out. Like and subscribe.